and welcome everyone. My name is Krista Marie Miller and I am Associate Editor for Radiance Magazine, Multidimensional Media. And we are here with interviews on the Xpnsion network. Today I have the great pleasure of being in the presence of two magnificent beings. They've had a journey unlike any other. And we are here to experience it with them and experience their amazing products with them. So, today we have Swaha, the Alchemist, and Tison, the Healer. And might I say, the two combined are phenomenal. So, welcome guys. Thank you so much for having us here in your home in lovely, beautiful Mount Shasta, as you can see behind us. So to begin with, I would just love to hear an early experience that you shared with me, Swaha, about in 1995. Let's just get this ball rolling right off the bat.
So I was preparing to go to India for the first time, and I was driving in North Hollywood, Southern California, and I saw a street lady come walking across the sidewalk, filthy clothes, matted hair, and my heart just said, give her some money. So I followed her into a little strip mall. I had a 10 and a 50. I pulled out the 10. She was about 20 feet from me walking away. I said, excuse me, may I give you some money? She turns around, and out of her eyes came a laser beam of light that dissolved the $10 bill in my hand. I was shocked. I started experiencing the most profound joy and ecstasy. All I could do is say, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And she dissolved completely into light. Then everything dissolved into light. And then I was teleported in my car onto the freeway, and I cried for the next week.
My goodness. See what I'm talking about? Phenomenal, like just wow. What do you feel she was?
I think she was an embodiment of the Divine Mother.
Yeah.
And she came to give me a blessing, probably some past life karma that came to me in this life to protect me, which I needed in India.
So Tison, what was one of your earliest experiences where you got to witness spirit in your own life?
Okay, well, probably is need to go back to when I was 5. First day going to kindergarten. During the recess, I had my first out-of-body experience. So I was all the way up on the roof of the school and looked down and see all these kids playing. And my inner voice was saying, this is not my playground.
Oh.
And I don't quite understand what is it, but I remember vividly that's what happened. And then I think when I was young, I have quite a bit experience of sleeping paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw spirits came to me when I was like kind of in the state of sleeping and not sleeping. So because of my cultural background, coming from a very traditional Chinese family,
Yes.
so I didn't talk to anybody. I totally just keep everything to myself.
Were you fearful of it? Were you unsure of it? What was your emotions?
I was very unsure, and I was looking for help, but I didn't know who to talk to. I think I talked to one of my tutors eventually. It's like a private tutor when I was a teenager, and he said, well, just pray for God because he's a Christian.
Right. So Haran, can we jump to 2008? Can you share that experience of how you was leading up to creating this beautiful product that you have?
You want to jump? We have to have humor and levity in the midst of all of our life and experiences and intensity. So I'd like to bring in a little humor. So in 2008, I had been 2 years studying with a intense Kundalini Vidya, the science of Kundalini master in India, and he said, you're done, go. And I went, wait a minute, I don't want to go. He said, well, if I kept you, it would mean I didn't trust God. So obviously God told him to send me for whatever it is I was going to experience. And that started me in participating in life and in studies. I studied Buddhism for a couple of years. That really, really opened my heart to others. And eventually I found masters in Tamil Nadu and South India that were immortals. And meaning that, you know, they were beyond the, I guess, traditional way of doing life. They didn't eat or sleep or drink any liquid. And I started getting these ancient Siddha medicines. The first one that came was Nava Pasanam, 9 poisons, which is where the stories of the Fountain of Youth came from.
When this information first came to you, did you automatically know what you were going to do with it, or how was it delivered to you?
Well, it was delivered to me when I wasn't looking.
Yep.
And
I knew there was a story behind this.
Yeah. So it arrived, and like I knew it was truth, and yet I really couldn't think about it because there was no places in my mind or memory for this sort of thing to fit in. And somehow, I guess maybe with the street lady experience, I knew that this was significant.
And how did you guys both initially meet?
Well, in a spiritual community in LA. Yeah, so he used to collect alms at the old office. So every full moon, he will do the alms collection. So, and I met him briefly prior to the alms collection, but we didn't really have a lot of communication or talk or all that. And I think the alms collection kind of creates the connection between us. Because when I walk down to the alley, you want to share this story?
Yes, please.
So she came in the front door through the lobby. There's this long hallway that's maybe 50 or 60 feet long. And I'm walking to go somewhere, and I look down there, and then I went, this woman, she's not walking, she's levitating, floating down the hallway.
Wow, special.
And I said, wow, this is, I better get to know this woman. This is an
Absolutely.
interesting woman. So after that, whenever any of the new medicines came, she was always one that I would call and say, listen, this came, you want to come and help me figure out what it does?
Yeah,
I said, yes.
Yeah, she was like your lab partner, figuring things out.
It was,
Yeah, that's
because in the
beautiful.
beginning, like, you know, the stuff had arrived and like, I could feel that it was special, but I didn't really have any real experience with it. So we were playing.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty fun.
I can imagine. I sounds like a blast to
I
me.
mean, I've never experienced something like external, just little drop, tiny little drop. You put it on your forehead or any chakra, and then you close your eyes and meditate for a minute, and you definitely feel something. And then back then, I had experience. I feel something. I share with him. He said, "Oh, nice, nice." And then 2 weeks later, when he had another new medicine, he would just send out a text message. I got a new one. Do you want to try? I said, yes. So it was really fun. You know, just like nowadays when we share these, you know, medicine with people, they all have different experience.
So their company is called A New Alchemy, and it is quite unique. I have tried other ormus oils. Theirs is par none the best I've ever tried. And as many of you know, I am you know, an intuitive medium and voice channeler, so I'm extremely sensitive to these energies. And so I will admit, we tried it last night and I was a little hesitant because I am so sensitive, but I just had beautiful experiences, and today we're going to experience more oils.
One of the main ingredients that we use in our almas is Navapasanam, water. Usually people will use distilled water. So like this is a Shiva Lingam, traditional form of Shiva Lingam
Yes.
that symbolize feminine and masculine energy. And this is made out of Navapasanam.
Oh.
So Navapasanam is a very ancient healing alchemy technique, came from south of India. So basically it has thousands of herbs and 9 of them are poison. Nava means 9. So when we collect almonds, we prepare the distilled water by charging with this Navapasanam, Shiva Lingam,
Oh, wow.
and also this big Navapasanam ball.
Holy mackerel.
They
Wow.
are very, very rare.
Yeah.
And I have to say, because of Swaha Ram past life connection with Bhoganatha, so that's why this lifetime he received this.
Beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah, the master
Huge
pretty
blessing.
much in the jungle, he doesn't come out. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Navapasanam water is also called fountain of youth. So when this dip into water, it changes the frequency of the water. When we travel all around the world, we will use the bead. This is also Navapasanam bead. We will dip into the local water for 3 times and drink the water. We never get sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the water alone has been helping so many people all around the world, and including even pet or plant. Our orchid at home live like for 1 year. We only give Navapasanam water. You will see the flower just sit there forever. It's like, wow,
Oh my goodness.
how does it work? And when you think about how does it work for plants and animal too,
Right.
how would that help our human body?
Mm-hmm.
So for our almonds, we will say what make our almonds different is the Navapasanam water, because almonds already very healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like double healing result.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was beautifully said. Thank you.
yeah, sure.
Because I did experience that. It's almost when you what I really appreciate about your tinctures and oils and everything you create is that the effects keep going, and I'm still even feeling it from last night, that it's just like layer upon layer upon layer, like, oh, okay, oh, I'm experiencing this now, okay, and it's just this long-lasting, continuous effect of exploration, I'll say. It really is exploration and opening and activations. It's just phenomenal, especially the ormus oil. It was like layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, like, oh, and this, and this, oh, wait, there's more. It just kept coming. So,
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
cool thing about alchemy.
Right.
Alchemy work on individuals differently. So let's say last night you took some almonds, and then today when you take it, you're already in different level. So it's really fun, even though for us, we keep taking it every day, and you just keep raising the consciousness. It's a really beautiful journey.
And putting it on the skin too.
Oh, yes.
And,
The benefits of that.
and over the course of, say, a couple of weeks, we've seen the fine wrinkles around the eyes and forehead and stuff just all smooth out, skin tightens up, and people start glowing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really common for people to meet their friends, and their friends will go, "What is different with you?" Like that. And so, the common ingredient of the ormus and of all of our energetic medicines is love, and expressed in different frequencies. So like you were saying, a layer opened up. That's because your process was ready for that. If it wasn't, it would open up and give you time to process, absorb, and integrate, and then something else would open.
Yeah.
So it's intelligent in that love is the guidance. And love always has the best in mind for you. right, and wants the best for you. You know, if it's rough or difficult, then I would say the energy of the medicine is questionable.
Right.
Whatever the medicine is.
Yeah, it has a synergistic effect on the human cellular level, and just each. I almost want to call them potions, but they're so much more potent than that. Alchemical essences, and that's what they are. So you have 160 essences, correct?
Yep.
And they, the essences include, so it's essence, Siddha, and plasma.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe a little bit of what the difference is between those three?
Yeah, so they are all energetic medicine, which means every single bottle like these, they're very tiny little bottles, and carry specific energy. So Siddha medicine, each bottle carries the specific energy of that immortal yogis from India.
Okay.
So we can talk more about that. Maybe we can talk about it now. It is quite a journey because we've been traveling to many sacred places all around the world.
Oh, wow.
And when we go to India, we don't go to the place that many people go to.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the place that, not that many people knows. And somehow the spirits will just guide us. For example, we were supposed to, somebody was telling us that there's a mountain. It's called Siddha Mali. It's like a mountain that in the south of India that many Siddha used to go and practice. And then we had our driver drove us there. And then he stopped because he said, well, it doesn't seem like there's a road to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And then we literally got dropped off there, and there's a temple, very, very small temple. So we went in, we did the puja, like the very usual things, gave our respect, and then we talked to the priest. The priest doesn't really speak a lot of English, but know a little bit. Then we talked to him, somehow the word Kakapushanta came out from either one of us. Kakapushanta is one of the pretty amazing, being up there. And when he heard that, he said, oh, Kakapushanta? Yeah. So he was so surprised. And then after that, he said, wow, there's a temple, just 2 minutes, I will take you there.
Oh my goodness, Kushanda.
Yep.
Wow.
And then he took us there, and he said 7,000 years old. So he was trying to tell us that the deity of Kakapushanta in this temple was 7,000 years old. The temple was so small, even smaller than this living room here. And the energy was so powerful. And when we walk in, you see all these pictures all around the ceiling, the walls. They're very, very old. And we were there 2 times. We probably only saw 2 people. And what happened to us is when we go to sacred places like this, our alchemist usually will get download.
Yes.
And my job quite often is, okay, let's wait, let's sit here, something is coming. And that's how our almas or our products were born pretty much.
May I venture to say you are, Tison, an activator of the alchemical downloads?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because there's so many incidents that is very interesting. He said that, well, let's go. I said, no, let's stay here a little bit longer. Then he will get something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good idea for a man to listen to his woman.
Oh.
That's a good one. Right? Yes, so for the Siddha medicine category, basically we collect a lot of information from the immortal yogis in different locations, different samadhi sites, and then we'll put the energy into the little bottle like this. So we have something carry the energy of Kakapushanta. We have energy that carry, for example, Maya Ma is one of the female saints who live in the body 386 years. So there was another amazing story when we went to her samadhi. We were about to walk in to the entrance, and the energy was so strong. We were like, whoa.
Did you both feel it at the same time?
Oh yeah, we just looked at each other. Did you feel that? I said, yeah.
We bounced off. It was like a wall. And immediately I knew, and I said, oh, sorry, may we come in?
Yeah.
Yes, and then we could go.
And as soon as I sat down, meditate, she talked to me right away. She has such a wild voice. It's really, really wild. It's like, wow! It's like the tone, really wild.
Oh my goodness, okay.
It's like, whoa, okay. Maya Ma, I'm here. Thank you for blessing me. So, I was asking him how to do healing, because the story about, have you heard about her story?
Let's share it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, apparently she was swimming in the tip of south of India where the three oceans meet.
Yes.
So she wandered there for many, many years. Now we know that she lived till 386 years, which means she's not like ordinary human being.
Right.
So for many years, she was like gliding on the wave. She would sit on the wave, it's just like this, gliding.
She learned how to live in the flow.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would just dive in under the ocean and disappear for hours. And jump out and laughing really wild like a mermaid.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That's a great experience.
It is really, really wild. And she always had a pack of dogs following her. Because the dogs need food and she probably doesn't eat.
Right.
So quite often she will go to the store and grab the food for the dogs. And the owner will beat her. Because they thought that she's just another crazy woman in south of India wandering around and no money and just steal the food. So one day what happened? You want to tell the story?
She was walking somewhere and a car came by and hit a dog, and the side split open and the guts are on the ground. So she goes over, picks up the guts and the dog, puts it on the lap, puts the guts back in, puts her hands on the dog. 20 minutes later, the dog's running around like nothing happened.
Wow.
And it was witnessed.
It was witnessed.
So from that point on, all the shop owners wanted her to come to their shop for the blessing,
Yes.
and they'd feed the dogs.
It's really fun.
That's
And I'm getting chills all over my body right now, just telling this
given
story.
the blessing. Yeah.
She's very, very powerful.
Very.
So she said to make these Siddha medicines and give it to our friends, because many of them can't go to India.
Yeah.
So one drop of this is enough for 12 people. So it's just the amount that's on the very tip of the dropper. And if people want to experience it right now, all you have to do is just close your eyes and we'll anoint ourselves and transmit the energy to you through this video.
Let's do it.
Sure. And you can put it on any chakras that you like, huh? And
Okay.
you like to put it on my heart.
Yeah,
Good
put it
one
on my
too.
heart too. Just be open to Maya Ma's blessings and her words. And that's enough to tune in to Maya Ma, that's what she said. So when we were sitting in her temple, she said to me, bring 2 kilos of vibhuti, which is ash, to the north. Well, we had tickets to fly to Dharamsala in northern India to go to a temple. So I do as I'm told most of the time, and I got 2 kilos of vibhuti and took it. And the priest who grew up near Salem, which is where that's Salem in Tamil Nadu, South India. Tiny little ashram. I tell the priest, my Ma said to bring 2 kilos of vibhuti. I think we're supposed to do something here. I didn't know. He goes, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. So he did a puja, and then afterwards he took a big hunk of the vibhuti and put it in my hand, and I just went, oh, that's what we're doing.
What did you experience?
That was the whole download of these Siddha medicines. So that our friends in the West could experience these sacred sites and these sacred immortal Siddhas in India without having to travel to India.
What a blessing that you are able to bring this to us here in the States. What was your experience with that oil?
With my mom?
Yes.
You mean now?
Just now, yeah.
I put it on my heart and I see her face, just, her hands was like touching my heart, giving me a lot of love. Yeah. She been helping me since that day. Yeah, every time when I do healing work, she was just right there for me. Yeah, I feel very, very blessed.
Supported.
Yeah, very supportive.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt that. I was like, whoa. It was beautiful.
How was it? Tell me more.
For me, it was very interesting. For some reason, Spirit is very humorous with me. As soon as I put it on, I felt like Red Hots, like the cinnamon candy, and it was warm and a little bit of spice. And then it was so interesting that I just had this wash of turmeric, and then the spices. And then I heard her say, "It's the spice of life that counts. It's the spice of life."
Wow, I like that.
And then I felt it merging over with you, and then I felt a huge blessing upon myself, and she touched the top of my forehead, and then the back of my forehead, and then my heart.
Oh, beautiful.
It was phenomenal. So what's next?
Other than Siddha medicine, we also have 2 other categories.
Okay, yes.
One is plasma, and one is essences.
What are we going to next?
How about essences? Because I have these essences that carry the energy of dragon.
Beautiful.
So we have few different categories under essences like animal, oceanic, insects, and plants, trees, flowers, and also magical creatures.
As we have essence of dragon right here.
Yes. Because of the spiritual community that we hang out quite often. So the magical creatures category is very popular.
I'm sure, especially here in Shasta.
Yeah, we have a unicorn, dragon, phoenix.
Ooh, I bet the phoenix is phenomenal too.
Yeah.
We have the wee people too.
Oh, that's fun. That brings joy and
doesn't
excitement.
it?
Yeah. All right.
Dragon's very, very powerful and very activating, and has a lot of wisdom and strength to awaken.
Yeah, I remember once when I was in, I think Germany, would that name?
Belgium.
Oh, Belgium, yeah. When I was in Belgium, I was offering a workshop, and then at the end I was sharing this, and one lady said, I feel tired all the time, and I've been doing a lot of work, personal work. I just don't understand why I'm so tired. And then I pulled this out and said, would you like to try a tiny little drop of the dragon essence? I said, sure. And literally the moment when she put it on, I can see her aura, like it's kind of like the dragon come out. Everybody saw that, not only me. That her energy shift right away, and she felt so strong internally. I said, oh my God, this is exactly what I need. So would you like to try?
Absolutely, and I invite you guys to try as well.
So we can do the transmission through the video. What you can do while we are anointing ourselves, you can just close your eyes and experience the energy of dragon.
It's that quick that you receive the transmission. All right, so the plasmas, there's probably, 30 different plasmas now. One of the first ones that came was green plasma, which awakens more money making. And we've seen many examples of how people's whole money karma just shifted with this when they stepped into an openness and a willingness to receive and move past any beliefs or conditions about, is money really spiritual? Anybody that doesn't think money is spiritual, you can send your money my way.
Right, yes.
I really feel good about being the administrator of great wealth. And while it's a heavy responsibility, it's also light work. So this plasma, you get it on the palms of your hands. And for those that are watching, you can just sort of put your hands out like this and receive it. May great amounts of cash and wealth cross the palms of your hands for your highest good and the highest good of all. May great amounts of cash and wealth cross the palms of your hands for your highest good and the highest good of all. Now rub your hands together and imagine winning lots of money, winning the lottery, getting a contract, being on TV, whatever it is, movies, businesses, and then go, yes, I'm
ready.
I'm willing to receive. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's the initiation from this. And if you get a bottle of this, you just do that to yourself. May great amounts of cash and wealth cross the palms of my hands for my highest good and the highest good of all. If you're anointing your friends, may great amounts of cash and wealth cross the palms of your hands for your highest good and the highest good of all. Rub your hands together, and yes, and that brings it into 3D reality.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Learn that.
And we have so many stories. Like talk about people make like 3 times more than usual and receive the check out of nowhere. It's like so many stories. Like, well, just keep coming your way because everything is energy.
Yeah.
So the green plasma definitely carry the energy of money.
Cool. I'm definitely going to buy a lottery ticket on the way home.
Yeah.
Can you give examples of how these have healed, especially with the children?
Well, then we can talk about almas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it back up to that. Yeah.
Yeah, almas has been helping many children, and few cases that reported to us has been helping the autistic children. Then they become calmer, and also they're able to focus better at school. So, and one of the kids, he was only 3-year-old. He was like screaming like an ordinary thing. It's like screaming like crazy. But then when her mom started to give him the almas, only like 2-3 drops, a day, and she said, "Oh my God, there was no scream yesterday."
Oh.
So she started to give him every day. The day that she forgot, guess what happened to the kid? The kid will point at the bottle sitting on the top shelf and remind her mom, "Hey, give me the almas."
Oh my goodness.
It was pretty incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Ormus, asking about kids, we have a friend in LA who has a bunch of kids, and one of them is a baseball player, probably going to be pretty good. So I don't know what happened, but if he was having some difficulty batting and whatever, and I said, "All right, Preston, just close your eyes and let me give you some Ormus." And I said, "I want you to envision time slowing down the ball. And keep your eye on the ball. And it'll be much easier for you to hit it almost immediately." He started belting the ball all over the place. I mean, that's just one example that came to mind. There's just so many that...
He was so excited. and then he was just sharing with his brothers, all the family members. It's like for him, it's like, oh my God, this is possible.
Right.
Well, almost is quite magical.
Yeah.
It's coming from different dimension, and so anything can happen when you start taking almost.
Mhm.
You know, especially take it before meditation.
Okay.
Very often people have reported they can go much deeper and very easy to go to the 0 point,
Mhm.
and they have their journey. Well, will be a simple word but very profound, which is love.